Each day before operating, visually inspect the shear cylinder for leaks or damage. Check all flange fittings, hoses, hose connections, and cylinder for leaks or damage. Look for excess play in all pins. Make sure all pin heads, stops, collars, and retaining bolts are in good condition. Check all safety decals and replace any that are damaged or missing. Inspect all bolts, including blade bolts, for looseness or damage. If the shear has 360-degree continuous rotation, inspect the turntable bearing bolts. Also check the gaps, including the cutting blade gap, the guide blade gap, and the slide screw gaps. Inspect the SABER tip and cross blade to determine if repair or replacement is necessary. Check all wear surfaces to determine if build-up and hard surfacing is necessary, and rebuild or replace as indicated. Regular lubrication is critical to the performance of the SABER series shear. Prior to beginning lubrication, close the shear jaw, lower the shear to a level surface, and shut down the base machine to prevent injury. Using a multi-purpose lithium-based grease, number 2EP or equivalent, lubricate the following every 4 hours of operation. The main pivot group will have 2 fittings on each side for lubricating the main bearings and thrust washers. Apply 6 or 7 shots of grease. Near the main pivot group are the slide screw assemblies. Again, apply grease as indicated. Also, lubricate the rear cylinder pin and front cylinder pin at the locations shown here. The mounting bracket requires regular lubrication as well. Consult your base machine maintenance manual for lubrication recommendations of these 2 pivot points. The LaBounty SABER Series mobile shear with rotation will have either an internal or external rotation drive system, depending on the model size. Shears equipped with an internal drive rotator have grease fittings located on the outside of the turntable bearing. Apply 6 shots of grease to each of these fittings. After greasing all of the fittings, LaBounty recommends rotating the bearing through 2 full revolutions in order to uniformly distribute the grease and to most effectively flush out old grease and contaminants. Shears equipped with an external drive rotator will have only 1 grease fitting, located on the upper head side plate. Apply 6 shots of grease to this fitting, then rotate the bearing 1/4 turn. Repeat this process, 6 shots of grease and 1/4 turn, until the bearing has made a complete revolution. Please review the lubrication checklist in the Safety, Operations, and Maintenance Manual. Inspect all bolts, including blade and turntable bearing bolts, every 8 hours. Check for looseness or damage. Replace or torque as necessary. For rotating shears, it is necessary to rotate the shear to access the bolts connecting the shear, turntable bearing, and upper head. Turntable bearing bolts must be replaced if they need to be retorqued more than once. Torque specifications can be found in the Safety, Operations, and Maintenance Manual. Make sure all bolts, nuts, and bolt holes are free of dirt, oil, grease, and other contaminants before replacement. Bolts are available from your LaBounty dealer.